YouTube channel, $900 luxury yacht. Today's episode, the Squall. Da-da-da-da! The day starts like most others at Boca Chita Key with me having breakfast, and the police enter the harbor, look around, and leave right away since there's nothing really happening here. Hey. Pretty good.
Good.
Nice day.
Yeah, it's nice and big here. No breeze.
Yeah. The first of the guests have started to arrive at the island and are busy unpacking their boat and setting up their picnic stuff in the gazebo. And there's the police boat leaving the island. I'm on a mission this day. I've got 2 fresh batteries for my action camera clones. And I'm setting off for the far side of the island, where I've set up 2 cameras to time-lapse the tide. I always wondered what was in here. When the Honeywells had the island, they kept their elephant in there. This is the first of the 2 time-lapse cameras. And yes, it's been about 2 hours and it has actually run the battery down and stopped. So I'm replacing the battery with a fresh one in my pocket. Putting the camera back in its frame that is a convenient way to hold it on the tripod, and restarting it. And this is a second camera that I've set up to do basically the same thing, make a time lapse of the tide changing. And it gets a fresh battery. And then I restart the camera and head back to the boat.
Rubén, la soga del otro lado, tápalo y ponlo del lado de acá. Pero rápido, Rubén, mira ahí. Hi, Jimmy.
Oh, hey. Hi again.
Yeah. Are you still with your friend?
No, she had to go back, but I'm back out here.
Good.
Hi.
Hey. My friends, the French Canadians, have arrived and are starting to set up their picnic stuff in the gazebo. And I am using this app to check the radar image for South Florida.
That's where we're at. What?
And I'm zooming in on Biscayne Bay at the moment. These storms seem to be popping up out of nowhere, although they are generally moving from west to east. And I'm looking at this quite a bit, hoping that these two storms might miss us. One may pass to the north of us and the other to the south. I'm going to have to make a decision about the two GoPro cameras that are time-lapsing. If the storms miss, they'll be okay. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take them in or let them get wet. And these are the two rainstorms that I was looking at on radar. The one near the lighthouse will pass to the north of the island, and this other one will pass to the south of the island, and we'll get that little bit of clear sky in between. It's not going to last, though. There's more storms developing to the west of this that will move in soon enough.
Is your friend gone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had to go back. It's a little while later, and that storm has passed to the south, and the other one is gone past to the north of us. But this new one is coming from the west, and we're actually going to see a bit of rain from this one. The wind is still relatively calm at the moment, and everybody is enjoying their picnic lunch, although keeping an eye on the weather as we do. The harbor has a number of boats that have come in to seek shelter just because this rain seems so imminent. And my friends were so good to me. They gave me some chicken, some salad, and some wine. And everybody's enjoying a wonderful picnic lunch at the moment. We're still keeping an eye on that rain just to the west of us, which is now starting to fall over the bay. And now I'll check the radar again. Yeah, this is looking worse. This is just blowing up and moving our way, so there's no way to avoid all of it. The time to decide is over, so the time-lapse cameras will wind up being left out in the rain. These people thought it would be fun to take shelter in the doorway of the lighthouse before the rain arrives. And before the rain arrives, the wind starts to pick up. In just a few minutes, it's gone from very peaceful and calm to starting to become pretty windy. And the wind is blowing up some waves on the bay. That light area ahead is not the end of the storm, but the rain. Birds that normally spend their day fishing out in the bay are returning to Ragged Key number 5, where they normally roost for the night. Here are some more birds returning to their roost. Apparently they didn't like the idea of sitting out in the bay in all this chop that the wind has blown up. The waves reflecting off of the seawall at the island makes a really mesmerizing interference pattern with the waves still approaching the shore. It's a really interesting effect. The waves coming in reflect off the seawall and then interfere with the next set of waves coming in. The curved section of wall seems to help focus the effect here. It would be so cool to have a fountain or a swimming pool that just did this all the time. And now the rain has arrived. And the wind is blowing the rain pretty much sideways. So people are trying to stay dry by standing behind the columns in the gazebo. I invited anyone who didn't want to get wet to stay on my boat until after the rain ended, but nobody took me up on the offer. I don't know what they thought I would do once I got them in there, but it's amazing how quickly these things can blow up. Just a few minutes before, it was calm and fairly sunny, and everyone was enjoying a nice picnic lunch. You can see the canvas on one of my bimini tops has actually been blown and slid over to one side. I really should put them down for wind this high. It's still raining, although much of the wind has passed, and the rain isn't as hard as it was a little while ago. The sun is out, and so the rain contrasts against the lighthouse or the shaded part of the trees. And a few minutes later, it's pretty much all over. There's some more storms off in the distance, and the same thing will repeat a few times during the day. But at the moment, it's very calm, and most of the boats left the island as soon as the high winds and torrential rain had ended. If you enjoy these videos, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you'd like to be informed when a new video is available, click the little bell icon next to the subscribe button, and you'll be notified when new videos come online.